Hey everybody, welcome back to War Buddies. Welcome back to Jericho Reach, our Warcaster Season 2 Narrative Global Campaign. We're going to get into your guys' results here in a second as far as fighting over the settlements last week. But first, something a little different for this episode. See, Tarja is starting to move towards her master plan, as much as a plan as Tarja ever really has. And she's going to enlist the help, sort of the Marcher Worlds and the AC that are also battling the Empyreans. Here's what this means for you guys. Our matchup today is between the Marcher Worlds and the Empyreans. If the Marcher Worlds win, then Tarja's final assault force in the last episode will include up to 4 deployment cost of Marcher Worlds units chosen by you guys. If the Marchers do not win, it will be 2 deployment cost. So watch the video so you know what you're responding to, and then answer in the comments below what you think Tarja should bring into the final battle. In the meantime, this is a global narrative campaign, so let's look at the standings for this week. We had 4 battle reports clocked in. We had a Marcher Worlds victory over the ISA, an AC victory over the Marcher Worlds, an ISA victory of the AC, so neat little rock, paper, scissors thing there. And then finally a draw between the AC and the Marcher Worlds. So they're going to tie for first place, get 8 power dice to roll here in a second. ISA will come in with 6. Empyreans decide to hang out and sleep this one, so they will be coming in with 4. All right, going to the power dice, we have a first place draw between Marcher Worlds and AC. So Marcher Worlds first, coming in with 8 dice. The winning number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 for the opening volley. AC, they get their 8 dice as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So AC pulling off a lead for now. ISA getting 6 dice. 4. Empyreans have technically a chance to tie it. They do not. So second week, AC sneaking into a win. So big congrats to the AC for taking their second week in a row, swiping it out from under the Marcher Worlds. Well done, you sneaky devils. I'll put up an updated map here. And as you can see, we are moving into the final weeks of the campaign. We also have the Lawgiver thing, which is going to be a narrative mission at Warfare Weekend. More details in the description below. If you want to sign up for that, that will be just sort of the capstone event. In the meantime, if you want to participate, there will be instructions at the end of this video. For now, let's get into it. Welcome back to Warcaster, welcome back to Jericho Reach, and let's get this party going.
You must be out of your mind, Paladin.
Not this time. We need your help. We need you to draw their attention while we make our move.
Don't know if you've noticed, but there's not many Alliance flags left on the Reach. We're doing just fine without your help.
The gates are still open. They're just going to keep coming. You know that. There's no stopping them unless we close the gates.
And you can do that, can you?
I have someone who can.
So the rumors are true. You really trust him?
He's the only chance we've got.
He's got no arms and he's still pulling your strings. Alright, Paladin. We'll make some noise.
Hey everybody, welcome back to War Buddies and welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games. Specifically, we've got Marchers today. This is it's a little bit bigger army than we're used to seeing. And this is most of the War Buddies collection, to be entirely honest with you. But let's get to action here. Troops-wise, we have a Ranger fire team over here. We have our Ranger infiltrators with their little axes. Our Warder buddy, there to support his buddy friends. And appearing for the first time on the channel, Ranger heavy support. They are all packing Talon rocket launchers. Same thing he's got on his shoulders there. They have the targeted special rule. While they are charged, they get to reroll attacks, so they could be terrifying. We'll find out. Solo-wise, we've got a combat engineer right here. This chunky boy is one of the signature support characters. He can tune up and repair warjacks. There is a version with a coffee cup. I do not have him. Sad. We got our warder, we got our hunter. Warjacks in the back. We've got the Dusk Wolf rail rifle, the Mark II problem solver. Ripper and battle rifle on him with the Scout Cortex. The guy next to him is the notorious Strike Raptor. This is their heavy. He is running twin flamethrowers twin rocket pods, and the Ace Cortex, pushing all of his ranges an additional 2 inches. And if you've seen Season 1, you know that this guy can lay down some hurt. So that is going to be our Marcher World's force running the distraction today. Meanwhile, their opposition today is going to be a quite substantial force of Empyreans. A lot of faces you've seen before, but maybe not all put into one shot. Troop-wise, we have our customary Guardians and Strike Force with the airlift there to back them up. Solos running the Oculus, the Fulcrum, and the Heavy Saber. My god, I love that model. And then in the back we've got Warjacks, and I'm going to pause here for a second to get my notes before I butcher all this. And taking front and center here is the Sentinel, the indestructible Sentinel from last episode. He's running the Newman Cortex, so he can be charged for free whenever he activates, if he's not charged. Meteor Cannon on the back, Cyclotronic Razor on the chest. We've got a Metaperceptor on this arm, which will extend the range of all his guns, and a Gravitronic Lash on the other arm. So he can slam, he can winch, he can do all sorts of stuff, mostly by spiking though, so he does have some tough decisions to make. To his side over here is the first of the demons. He has a Starfire Ray on his back. He is packing the Eidolon Cortex, so he can be charged for free when you run a Cypher through him, or when he's attacked with a Cypher. Plasma Blade and Phased Projectile Cannon on the arm. Over here is his twin, but not really a twin. He's got the Intimidator on that arm over there. The Protean Forge, I believe it's called. Protean Forge, yep. Shield Generator on his back, and he is rocking the Hound Cortex. And that is your Mass Invasion Force assembled for today. Our scenario today is going to be the Spontaneous Combustion scenario. This is one of the ones from the original rulebook. There are 3 objectives. We have Objective 3 over here by the Empyreans Deployment Zone, Objective 1 by the Marchers, and Objective 2 is perched in the center because of course it is. This is going to be end of pulse round scoring, and rather than escalate by turns, it goes by position. So for the Empyreans, their objective is worth 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, and it's reversed for the Marchers. 1 point for the one closest to them, 2 for the middle, 3 for the one in the enemy's deployment zone. Couple of things going on here. We've got arc overload terrain here in the center, but just the one piece this time. We do have some elevated trees here. We're short on ladders, so in keeping with War Buddy's house rulings, everything is a ladder essentially. They can burn 2 inches in order to climb and appear at the top. And we're all deployed. Let's take a look at today's contestants. On the Empyrean side, we've got the Oculus is out, ready to go for the easy objective. We've got our first Demon Warjack doing a very good job of pretending he's a shrubbery, and we've got the Heavy Saber doing a terrible job of pretending he's a shrubbery. Their general plan right now is to secure the easy objective, try to hold the middle one, and just kind of slowly work their way across, not do anything too daring. Daring otherwise being the middle name of the Marcher Worlds, Marcher Daring Worlds. We've got our Hunter up here, perched on terrain. If you see him off his base later, it's because he fell and I knocked him over. We've got our Infiltrators, Ranger Infiltrators with the Warder Buddy there in the center. And then we've got the Weaver down there ready to go for that objective. They are going to at least make a play for every objective they can see in some sort of way. Empyreans did win the roll to go first, so let's go straight into Empyreans. Pulse round 1, turn 1. Rolling for arc overload. All right, we're going to store up the first one. Start the Empyrean turn. We're going to do Empyrean style shenanigans now. Put an arc charge onto the Demon Warjack. And we're going to play Dominion Imperative, which means each friendly solo can immediately move up to 2 inches. Like so, and because we targeted him with a friendly Cypher, he's going to charge for free because Arcanum module. Oculus goes next. He's going to move 2 inches up because everything is a ladder, 4 inches over to put a weird tentacle arm thingy right here on objective 3. Warjack goes next, moving 6 inches to arrive at the base of this tree. And final Cypher card is going to be Cryo Lock from the Oculus, shooting across into the Hunter. We are focus 4, it's still early in the game, so there is 5 arc in the well. Dropped a dice. Good opener, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Raptor is defense 4 and has the high ground, so he has cover. Not enough. We're not going to tally that up though because Cryolock deals no damage. Instead, it places an activation token. And the first gate of the game will get dropped here with 5 arc, hopefully somewhere where there's enough room to get everybody out of it. Before we do March's turn, let's check for arc overload. We've got 1 dice built up. Still nothing, keeps building. Marches will start off by charging the Hunter, so he now has stealth. And they'll cast Umbral Transvection. On the squad of infiltrators, they gain flight for the rest of the pulse round. They have 6 inches of movement and they have no trouble because flying ignores vertical distance. Landing here, borne aloft on magical jetpacks of fairy dust and violence. Do you keep forgetting because they are activating with the warder, they are going to charge for free. Meanwhile, the friendly local warder is going to shuffle up, take some element of cover behind these crates, and plant his staff on objective 1. Same squad is going to receive Grimian Tormentors. This will last the rest of the pulse round, is harmonic. If an enemy warjack ends its activation within 2 inches of these guys, it suffers the system failure continuous effect. And in the spirit of the Marchers and their general screw you kind of attitude, they're going to drop a gate here to help block the objective from that side, and they will load it with 4 arc, one of which just fell into the canyon. Looking for arc overload terrain. Still nothing, we're up to 4 dice in the next one. Start of the Empyrean's turn, all their arc is on the board, so they will be charging nobody. He's gonna throw a Cacophonic Declination just because it's a Fury card, and he kinda wants to see if he can waste this guy. Odds are not good, but at least it keeps the deck cycling. Ooh, good shot, 4 strikes. Defense 4 with cover. Oh wow, 3 of them get through. Surprise power move from the Oculus, going against armor 2. Okay, bad news bear for you, man. And you look so cool standing up there. Heavy Saber is gonna go next. He has speed 7, so he will move 4 inches up to the tree, 2 inches to scale it, then an inch in. Ooh, that's terrifying, isn't it? Look at that. Okay, I'll stop doing that. And then he'll move into here to sort of body block this. He can't take the objective. He's likely to get shot and or chopped up a bunch, but at least for the time being, he can stop anything major from coming out of that gate. Speaking of that gate, he will slash his first Protean arm into it. He's coming in at mat 4. He will choose the armor piercing quality. Ooh, good opener shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. Defense 3. Okay, 4 get through. That was fairly impressive. It's only POW 3, but armor piercing brings its armor down to 4. So 4 strikes will knock off a void, or an arc. There we go. 4 arc gate is now a 3 arc gate, and we will swing the other arm. Second verse, same as the first. Pretty much 4 strikes, not bad. Defense 3. 3 get through at POW 3. Armor 4 because armor piercing. Nothing doing on that one. Then shoot his meteor cannon at the ranger guy who's farther away from the camera up front. I'm so good with directions. Rat 4, 1 arc. Oh, that's a resounding good hit. 4 strikes. Defense 3, no cover up here. Oh, this is gonna suck. So 3 get through, but the first thing he's gonna do is he's going to spike to slam that model backwards into the warder. That gives us 1 more power die against armor, what is he, 3? Yep, so he's gonna go away. Lateral roll against the warder. It was also going away, so a bright flash of light spears out, and these two end up in a neighboring zip code somewhere over here. With him being the only one who can activate, and nothing really helpful in the cards right now. We got some Warjack and squad stuff, neither of whom are out. So let's fix that with this 5 arc gate right here. Where 5 arc will buy you a Demon Warjack and a squad of Saber Guardians with their attachment. And he's going to drop a 3 arc gate right down here to keep him company. Roll for arc overload terrain. Still nothing. Add 1 more dice. Speaking of, we're going to remove the activation tokens from the Marchers because there's only 2 units left. We're going to charge the Weaver. which will push his fury range up to 15 inches. But unsurprisingly, we'll throw instability equation at the big guy up here. They're going to do their best to clear him off so they can bring something out of that gate. Focus 4, 2 arc in the well, and 4 strikes. 4 strikes against defense, 3 with cover. All right, we're just going to go straight to blast damage. This is POW 4, and he is armor 4. So let's see what you got. Big money. Hey, there we go. We got a freebie. This is turn 2, and he's on an objective, so he's actually just going to shuffle a little bit, park. His mega scary handgun, unfortunately, he's out of range. Ranger infiltrators, they have flight still for the rest of the pulse round, so they will take up positions here. And I'm going to turn the camera off so I don't lose a model. And they're going to hurl magnetic charges with 2-inch range at the big guy. First one going off, it does count as a melee weapon, so they are coming in at mat 4 with an arc charge. Oh, and a good shot it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. 5 strikes against defense 3. Stops 2, 3 get through. Per the delayed blast rule, once he's hit the target, but before damage is rolled, they can take a free 3-inch move. So we're just going to, I'm going to carefully shuffle him just to the other side of the objective. As the charge detonates in a brilliant display of... Not bad. Takes another health off him. He's down to 1 health remaining. Same deal with the other ranger. 4 strikes. 4 strikes is good. 4 strikes against. 2 strikes. All right, you get 2 there. Before you roll that, you're going to duck back as well. Trying to blow up armor 4. Oh, not quite. I'm gonna roll for blast damage on the gate real quick because I forgot to do that. So first one, armor 5, nope. Second one, armor 5, nope. Highly disappointing, but they are holding the objective and he is not. So we'll see what the Empyreans have in store. They're gonna spike to use Slip Displacer, 3-inch movement for free, and just shuffle a little bit. Mostly, they're expecting this thing to go off any minute now, and they don't want to still have an arc on them when that happens. Unfortunately, that gambit did fail to clear him off entirely, so we can't get anything out of the gate. It would either be very close to the objective, which we can't do, or it would be in his rail estate, which we also can't do. So these guys are going to be content at the end of turn 2 to occupy that objective and hope they can hold out. Start of Empyreans turn 3, we're going to try the terrain again with 5 dice this time. And it still doesn't go off. This is the most patient geyser in the history of the Reach. Meanwhile, the Empyreans will charge up the Demon Warjack, who is going to stride forth and try to do the same sort of range devastation to these guys. Our fire ray will be first. It is a strafe weapon up into these guys. Holding for strafe. 1 strafe, that's really all you need. Rat 4. 1 arc charge, 3 strikes. 3 strikes against defense, 3 with cover. Blocks it. Strafe shot. A little bit better, we got, whoa, actually a lot better, 6 strikes. Defense 3 with cover. And blocks it again, well done. Fortunately, the phased projectile cannon is going next. It ignores line of sight and cover, but only gets 3 strikes. Defense 3. All right, 2 get through. 2 get through in a POW 3 weapon. And 1 down. You are the closest, and you look the coolest, so you gotta go. We're gonna play Vengeance Sequencer on him. Not terribly relevant, we just wanna cycle it out of the deck. Meanwhile, our little 3-arc gate is gonna spin up, giving us the Fulcrum and the Saber Strike Force. Did an absolute power move. Drop a gate, 4 arc, without losing any models. What we have here is a Jericho standoff. Actually, we're gonna make that 3 arc, and here's why. On the assumption that this thing's about to blow, the Empyreans only have, after taking that off, they have 2 arcs, so they can afford to charge both of these guys when it happens, if it happens. Speaking of which, it's time to run the arc terrain at 6 dice, looking for any super strikes to kick it off. Still nothing. Oh, this is ridiculous. Well, the marchers really need a break right now, and once again, we're going to clear off the activation tokens. Weaver is going to throw a pyrokinetic surge at this guy to try to finish him off and open up some real estate. By the way, if you're wondering what in the world I'm doing trying to focus the whole fight around this one objective on a catwalk, this is just how we roll at War Buddies. Everything is super dramatic and rule of cool, and this kind of fits both criteria. Ever take tactical advice from my channel. Pyrokinetic Surge coming in, focus 4, 3 arc in the well. That is promising. He's gonna get cover, so we need a good roll here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 strikes. 8 strikes against. Oh, good one, but only 2 made it through. This is a POW 3, let's roll straight into it. We need 4. We need to show 4 in order to drop him. And he does, as a burning, giant, flailing chunk of alien plummets down. I would say it spooks a warjack, he doesn't care. Just crumples to the ground in a pile of little flailing limbs on fire. As you can imagine, he is going to do nothing at all but hold on for dear life onto this catwalk and wait. As the Duskwolf and the Hunter take the stand. Weaver is really quite satisfied with that, so he will drop a gate back here. Nice and cozy like. 4 arc on it. Give you any guess as to what's coming out of there. That is your pulse round 1, folks. Let's do the scoring. 1 point for the Empyreans holding their home objective. Marchers, 2 points for holding the middle objective, 1 point for holding theirs. It is a 3-1 game, but we have most of the Marchers are dead right now, and almost all the Empyreans are on the board. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be bold gambits versus a steady horde of nonsense. And you may quote me. Moving into pulse round 2. We're gonna start off with the, 7 dice for the Arc Geyser right now. And there we go, it finally explodes. Which actually causes a bit of problems for the Marchers. Let's tally up and see how we do. So we are including everyone who's on this catwalk to be sort of within the blast, just because it's a really vertical piece of terrain and that's more fun, frankly. So for the Empyreans, they're going to charge the gate, and they're going to charge the Demon Warjack, and that's the only units they have within 2 inches. That also completely taps out their well. The Marchers are going to charge they only have 2 arc in the well, so they're going to charge the Hunter. And they've got kind of a choice here. The Duskwolf can probably take a POW 5 hit, but he's got work to do, and we have 1 member left of the squad. So we're going to do the tough decision. Charge the Duskwolf, and then the Infiltrator will take a POW 5 hit. Armor 3, he could still make it. He does not. So brilliant blue flash of light sears up through the catwalk, and it gets a little bit lighter. Start of the Empyreans' turn, they are actually going to pull an arc off of this demon, and then play Divination Algorithm on the Fulcrum. Since he has Arcana Module, that means he gets to charge for free. First activation, the Fulcrum is going to shoot his little cannon, his Void Cannon, up into the Duskwolf. Since the Fulcrum is all about moving units around, you probably see where this is going. He is Rat 4, 1 arc charge. Decent shot, 4 strikes. Duskwolf is defense 3 and has the high ground. Oh, and 1 gets through. That's not going to be good news. Duskwolf is armor 4 and gets cracked once. The bigger problem is that the Fulcrum is going to spike to then reposition him up to 3 inches, and you can guess he's going to position him 3 inches this way, after which he will plummet 8 inches down to the ground. A POW 8 hit. 1, 2, 3, and he's just barely alive. Takes 1 more. Afterwards, the Fulcrum is going to move 1 inch to here, 2 inches up, fortify this objective. Second activation will be this Demon Warjack right here, who's just realized that he made a friend. And again, the old Empyrean handshake with Protean Forge using the Armor Piercing mod. 3 strikes. Not great, not terrible. Defense 3. 1 does get through. POW 3 trying to break armor 3. And he's out. Just lash him backwards into the surging fountain of energy, and called a job well done. Demon Warjack is then going to scamper. Unfortunately, his guns don't have any line of sight on the Hunter, So he's going to scamper up the tree for 2 inches, and this is going to be one of those where John puts the camera down and carefully moves the model. Meaning he ends up here on the objective, but that is the end of his activation. Or is it? It's time for Aggression Theorem. Protean Forge into the Hunter. Mat 4, 2 arc charge. 4 strikes, not bad. Hunter is defense 4. Oh, and he blocks it. Well played, sir. Well played. And now the moment you've all been waiting for is the 4 arc gate flickers into existence, or out of existence. And Stompy McSwolejack has arrived. Making me wonder sometimes about using MDF terrain for a very flimsy catwalk. Is it bending at all? Yeah, it's not bad. It'll be fine. Sabres drop a 2 arc gate nice and close to the arc well. Solid opening Pulse Round 2 play from the Empyreans. We now have, again, most of their infantry is out. The Dusk Wolf was immediately eradicated, thanks to gravity. And now the Sentinel is up here where the Marchers really don't want him to be. So let's kick it over to the Marchers and see what they can do to respond. First things first, Arc Overload. No. Archers are not in a fantastically great spot. They really did a good job of seizing the advantage early on, but now they have to deal with this. So, they're going to charge the gate, actually, because both the Hunter and the Weaver both already have an arc charge, and they want to bring out some reinforcements. Not a lot of help from the Cypher cards at this moment, so what's going to happen is the Hunter is going to take first activation and do some shootiness. Contrary to what you might expect, he's going to shoot down here, try to put some pressure on this objective. That's 6 with an arc charge against the Oculus. Good shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikes. Oculus is defense 3. And 5 of them get through. Break armor 3 twice with a bunch of dice. And he does. Neat little sniper bolt, and this Oculus sort of crumbled, snake slithers, whatever. He's out. The Hunter takes his 3-inch post-shot move to there. At speed 7, he's going to do something daring because he's from the reach, and this is what they do. 2-inch move down, 5-inch move right back to here. And take your arc with you because you're going to need it. The Weaver, unsurprisingly, is not going to do much of anything. But shuffle in place, stay in cover, and just hold that objective. Final Cypher card is going to be Aggression Theorem, getting a second shot out of him up into the Fulcrum. Rat 6. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. F3 with high ground on the Fulcrum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1 gets through. Let's rotate these dice out. We've got an armor 4, 2 health, so probably not killing him. But you never know in this game. Not even hurting him. 3-inch post-shot move. Hunter shenanigans. Right over this way. What exactly was the point of that? Well, strategy moment, and you guys can let me know what you think on the comments below. We've cleaned out, the Marchers have cleaned out all the solos except for the Fulcrum. Fulcrum has an activation token. So, if they want to deal with the Hunter, they're gonna have to dedicate, say, that squad to him, and then won't be able to use anyone else on this coming turn. Or they could ignore the Hunter, who's inching ever closer to the very valuable Objective 3. But for now, it is gate o'clock. 5 arc gate, we're gonna spin them all to bring out the Strike Raptor and the Engineer. Name a more iconic duo. The Sneaky Ranger is going to drop a 5 arc gate right here on the Empyrean's back line. That does wrap it up. The Empyreans still very strongly in control of the center objective and still quite well surrounded on their previous objective. Marchers making their bold play to sneak around the back line while bringing in the heavy guns to compete for the center here. Moving into turn 2. Arc overload terrain does not explode. Imperial Warcaster will charge up the Saber Strike Force. It is going to be their job to get rid of this pesky Hunter and see what they can do about this gate. So 6-inch move, tucking into here. Come on, there we go. And we'll start with a Fusion Blade from the back guy against the Hunter. At 3, 1 arc charge. Okay, 4 strikes. Strikes against defense 4. And he blocks it, bravo. This guy will shoot his ion cannon into the Hunter. He is Rat 3. Nope, and high intensity, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 strikes. 5 strikes against. Okay, 2 get through. This is a POW 3. Trying to break armor 2 to bring him down. And there we go. You made a bold play, as dictated by custom and tradition. Now you can take a seat. Because of Havoc Engine, since that model just removed an enemy model with a weapon, he can make one free attack with another weapon. He used the ion cannon, so he will use his stabby knife into the gate. Stabby knife, otherwise known as the fusion blade. 2 strikes. Gate defense 3. The gate blocks it. Final contestant will ion cannon the gate, high intensity for 2 red. 2 strikes. Gate defense 3. Okay, 1 does get through on a POW 3, trying to break armor 5. And he does, all right. Well done, little guy. Head pats for you. Gate goes down to 4 arc. As we noted previously, that's really all they can do. There are no solos left. So as we mentioned earlier, that's pretty much all they can do. There are no solos left. So we're gonna slap Control Inoculum on this squad. Again, just trying to cycle it out of the deck, look for something more useful. From the gate, we will resummon the Heavy Saber for 2 and drop a 2 arc gate up here along the line of deployment. Arc overload on the gate, or on the geyser, nothing. Going up to 4 dice for the next round. Come on. To the surprise of absolutely nobody, we're gonna start with charging the Strike Raptor. He has got some work to do today. Weaver is gonna throw Null Collider at the Demon. Kind of a long shot, he's in cover, but you never know. Goes 4, 1 arc in the tank. 2 strikes, that is not wonderful. In cover, all the dice. Yeah, he's fine. The engineer will act first and immediately use a special action to tune up the Strike Raptor, giving him +1 map rat, strength, and defense. After which he will shuffle around and stand on the objective with his friend and colleague and co-worker. And now the part you've all been waiting for. The Strike Raptor will spike, igniting those massive thrusters on his back, +3 speed and flight, and he will hover up, come crashing down right back here. We are kind of counting on tune-up to make up for the fact that he has no arc, but let's get right into the party here with his flamethrowers, going somewhat predictably straightforward. Flamethrower against a demon at a rat 5 because tune-up. 4 strikes. Demon does count as being in cover, but the flamethrower is a spray weapon and doesn't care. 1. 3 get through on a POW 3. Oh wow. 1, 2, okay, just 1, and he is on fire. Anytime something's on fire, it's a good day around here. Flamethrower continues on. It is a spray weapon and will hit will attack, engulf in flame, the Sentinel. Rat 5. Okay, 5 strikes. 5 strikes against defense 2. So, well, same thing, I guess. 3 get through, but now we're up against armor 5. And just barely, all right. 3 warjacks, 2 of whom are on fire on a rickety bridge above a energy spiral that leads into the planet's core. I like this party. Bring up his other flamethrower into the demon. Only 1 that time. Defense 3. Okay, he's actually fine. He's like, I'm already on fire. It's cool. To the Sentinel. 3. He strikes, defense 2. Okay, 3 again. Armor 5. Can he burn it? He cannot burn it. Yeah, well, I guess there's nothing left to do but fire the shoulder fire rocket pods at the Sentinel. We're focusing on him because he hasn't charged up yet, which means he can't just shrug off the damage. So rocket pod number 1. 4. Defense 2. Wow, okay, only 1 gets through. Rocket pods are a POW 4. Armor 5. Nothing. I see your reputation is well deserved, sir. Final shot, rocket pod, Sentinel. 3 strikes. This is not the time to be flubbing your rolls, man. This is your moment. You're king of the hill. One gets through. 4. That's more like it. Takes one more. A very impressive display, very pretty, lots of fireworks and fire. Was hoping for a little bit more death and destruction, man. This is your thing. But heavy versus heavy with a light stuck in the middle, everyone's on fire. It's gonna be a good day. Then drop Impulse Inducer to keep the activation token off of him. Well, it is time for some shenanigans to come out of this gate here. We have 4 arc and we're gonna put it to use. Bringing out the missile crew and the hatchet squad. Engineer's gonna drop a 2 arc gate bat here. Seems a little conservative, but they don't have any warrior models up close since the hunter kicked it. So the hope is that someone of those squads can survive the turn and drop some heavy reinforcements there next turn. Before we move on to Empyrean turn 3, we're gonna just roll some dice. I think we're on 3 dice. I picked up the dice that I had settled out over there for a dice roll earlier. So we're just gonna go 3 dice, arc overload. Nothing happens. The Empyrean's actually in a pretty good spot right now. They survived this nonsense, which is good. They managed to clear out the hunter, but they could have a lot of problems back here. And as before, they don't have a whole lot of activations. So priority is going to go to securing that gate, or that objective, because they can tie up the game like that. Assuming the Oculus lives. So what's going to happen, I think, the Sentinel is going to move to secure that objective. The Heavy Saber is going to move to engage these guys and protect that objective, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. We're going to charge the Sentinel and play Kinematic Reassembler. He has 3 damage. We're going to roll 3 action dice. He heals up 1 of them. That being done, he's going to turn, march very carefully. If this piece of wood gives way suddenly, it is going to look really funny on camera. There we go. That is a lot of pewter standing in the middle of a flimsy bridge. Gonna start with the Gravitonic Lash into the Strike Raptor. We're at 4 with an arc charge, that's 3. Strike Raptor is defense 3 right now because he's normally 2, but he is tune-up. He don't care. Patronic Razor next. We're at 4, high intensity. Only 2. Defense 3. And blocked again. I assume he's having to like duck and dodge around the demon who's just screaming here in the middle. We'll go to the Meteor Cannon. This is the one he really wants to hit for reasons that are probably obvious and 8 inches off the ground. Here we go. See that is a good hit. 7 strikes. Oh, I guess it's going to hit, isn't it? We'll just see how hard. So 4 get through. It is an armor 5, or POW 5 against armor 5. Wow. Okay, that's 1, 2, so 2 health off instantly. Alien energies slam into the Strike Raptor, tearing off armor panels, forcing him back step, back another step, and then off the back. 8-inch drop. 8-inch drop versus armor 5. He's remarkably okay. We'll assume a last-minute blast of the thrusters saved him there. Job well done on the Sentinel. Your reputation is intact. As much as the Heavy Saber really wants to just get into it with these guys, the problem is there's 6 of them. That is a lot. And what's more important to him right now is being able to body block the objective. So with speed 7, he's going to move 2, up 2, and then forward 3. Coming in to cover that, and he'll try to deal with these guys next turn. He'll shoot his light meteor cannon into the farthest missile guy just because he can see him. At 4, no arc. 1 strike. Your heavy spores defense 3. He's fine. No real hope from the cards there, so the Empyreans will try to sit pretty on these objectives. Basically what they were trying to do at the start of the game is currently working. They've held onto this one, slowly move their forces up, definitely hold onto this one really well, as long as we don't end up with a bunch of slam attacks or something crazy. They're in a good spot, and the Rangers, the Marchers only have 1 turn to try to unseat them from something. And from this gate, we'll drop 1 here. Oculus coming out. Not too sure about his new roommate back there, the Strike Raptor, but you know, he figures the Marchers have other things to worry about. Pulling for arc overload terrain. It does go off. We only have 1 arc in the Empyrean well. So who do we want to take care of? We want to take care of you. We'll charge you up to maximum. And just figure the Sentinel can take it because well, he's a Sentinel. 5 hit against armor 5. He's remarkably okay, and he has no arc to lose, does he? He does, so he'll lose that 1 arc. Now it's time for a Jericho Reach style party. I'm going to charge the heavy support and tap them with Reiteration Complex. So each of those tubes now has 2 missiles, rockets, whatever, explosive things. When they get too carried away with that, they are going to move their 4 inches. They are a slow unit. Give themselves maximum visibility on all the targets that they want to hit. Here we go. There are 6 missile shots coming. They are charged, so they have targeter, which means they can re-roll them if they want to. So what we're probably going to do here is actually roll defense first, and then we'll do the shots. We'll start with guy in the back. He's going to take a shot into the Aerolith. Actually going to roll his defense first. He's def 3. He gets 1. So the incoming attack. And they're going to choose the reroll for targeter. And hit with 2. 4 against armor 4. Oh, he's out. Poof, splat, whatever. These 2 guys will take blast rolls. Going against the closest. And he's out. And his buddy. He's fine. He's probably really not fine. Same guy, second shot will go into the one he just missed. So we'll do the defense roll first, as before. Defense roll is 1, so the shot itself. No, we're not re-rolling that. Wow. 4. 4 get through. Break armor 3. Armor 3 broken, you are escorted. And the last member of that squad taking the blast damage. He's out as well. Clean the squad with 1 guy. Always kind of satisfying when you bring out a unit for the first time and they just wreck face, even if just for a moment. It sort of validates your choices there a little bit. Next shot. Next shot will be into the center of the Saber Strike Force. Shot into the Saber Strike Force. Our defense roll was 2. So the shot itself, yeah, got to beat 2. And they do. 4 of them get through again. Yeah. Armor 3, you are gone. This is the epitome of right place at the right time for you guys. Blast roll in the first one, armor 3. He's okay. Blast roll in the second one. He's okay. All right. Out number 2 from that guy, same squad. Defense roll of 2. Attack roll. Again, beats 2. 2 of them get through. Pow 4. The target himself is Salsa. And blast roll against the last surviving member. He's out as well. So far it has taken 1 guy to wipe 1 squad. And we still have 1 left, so he's going to go up into the Heavy Saber. Heavy Saber's def 3 with the high ground. That's respectable. 3 strikes. Coming in. And beat him. All right, beat him by 2 on a POW 4, and he's armor 4. And hurts him. Well done. Squad Avalanche out here getting work done. Let's do the blast damage onto the Fulcrum. He's armor 4, and he's fine. Final shot of this whole mess going into the Heavy Saber. Yeah, defense roll is pretty good. Yeah, it is 6. 6 strikes, trying to beat 6 strikes. No, so let's go straight to blast damage. He is armor 4. And no. 5 absolute successes and 1 miss. I think you guys are okay. Meanwhile, back here, we're gonna dismiss this. Bring out the Dusk Wolf with his long-range shooty. And they will drop a 4-arc gate right here in the back corner. That is Pulse Round 2, so let's take a look at some scoring, and we need to roll a few things first, because these 2 are both on fire, and he's been tuned up. So let's roll those. Start with the Strike Raptor. Does his tune-up continue? His tune-up does continue. Fire effect on the Demon Warjack. He's no longer on fire. Good for you, buddy. That will help with your insurance rates, I'm sure. And for the Sentinel, he is still on fire and takes another damage, bringing him to 2 damage taken thus far. Scoring-wise, that neatly ties the game because the Imperials will get 1 point for this, 2 points for the center, bringing them up to 4. Marches get 1 point for their objective, bringing them also to 4. Moving into Pulse Round 3, it is anybody's game. Let's do this. All right, moving into Empyrean turn, they have one substantial priority, and that is to defend this objective right here. Considering they're doing pretty well up here, they could make a play for this if they get frisky, but right now they've got a magnitude of problems right over here. So we're going to try to resolve some of those. Starting with a arc charge onto the heavy saber. And Ascension Catalyst landing on this demon right here. And because he has the Eidolon Cortex, we're going to charge him for free. Now comes the fun part. The heavy saber is going to lumber at speed 7. Move him down to here. He's got the extra move. He's got move 7, so he's fine. He's going to choose the strafe option for his first arm. That's right, his arms have strafe. He also has 2-inch reach on these, so his first shot is going to go into the Ranger Infiltrators. Rolling for strafe, hoping for big money. Yeah, 1 strafe, not bad. He is mat 4. 2 strikes only. Defense 3. Oh, 2 gets through. All right, we have a party officially beginning now. Armor 3. Party's over. Go home. Strafe shot against the next guy. This is not your day, buddy. This is supposed to be your moment. And blocks it. Second arm, gonna try the same thing. Strafe shot, 1 strafe. Getting a deja vu here. Mat 4, 1 arc. I'm getting a real strong deja vu here. Defense 3 on the Ranger. And the first one is blocked. Second one, coming in. Okay, that's better. That's the best one you've done so far. 4 strikes. Get those out of here. Defense 3. I was kind of hoping they block it just to show them up. 2 get through. Armor 3. And there we go. We finally got one. Light meteor cannon is going to fire into the missile guy right in front of him. Rat 4. Good shot. 4 strikes. Defense 3. Dropping dice all over the place. Oh, only 1. Much like we saw before, he's going to spike to slam him back into him. Initial target is down. The collateral hit from the guy he ran into. Actually, should have used an extra red dice there. Oh well, he died anyways. Guy he ran into is out, so these 2 disappear off the map. That could have been a lot more impressive, but still not bad. He got 3 out of 6 out of the party. Ascension Catalyst Demon is now speed 8 with flight. And we'll land in a neat little perch right there. Putting his phase projectile cannon into the missile guy. Rat 4. 3 strikes. Defense 3. Oh, all of them get through. Pow 3. And just barely enough. He is out. The squad is gone. They did good work, but they're gone. And his Starfire Ray is going to go down into the Ranger Infiltrators. Rolling for strafe. Got a strafe. First target. Oh, that's a good roll. That is 5 strikes against defense 3. So 2 get through. Starfire Ray is only 4. And he's out. Shot against the second guy. The strafe shot. 3. And 1. So 2 get through. Pow 4. This is probably going to close it out. It does not. So you dropped. You are still there, my friend, my hatchet friend. That's going to close him out just like that. Anyway, there on the back, the Oculus is going to throw Velocity Projector into the Strike Raptor. Focus 4, 2 arc. Yeah, 4. 4 is not bad. Defense 3 because tune up. And 2 get through. Is going to slam into the tree there. We'll add 1 more red die to the following. Ooh, that's an ouch. That is another health off. Strike Raptor to his last health. The Oculus will reach as far forward as he can, dropping a 2 arc gate, because that is all the arc they have remaining. Link for arc overload. There we go, it explodes again. And they just used their last 2 arc on that gate. All right, we are taking 2 POW 5 hits on the following. The Sentinel, armor 5. Wow, that is incredible. Okay, he takes another one. He's down to his last remaining health. And armor 5 on the demon because force shield generator. The winner is, oh, it's a good thing you have that shield on there, buddy. You are okay, but everyone loses all their arc as the relays burn out in a brilliant display of fire and screaming metal. All right, Martial Worlds, it's time for a bit of a gamble moving here into their turn. They're going to take 1 arc off of this gate, bringing it down to 3, making it 3 arc in the well. I'll play Arcane Synthesis on the Strike Raptor way back there. He will go first, immediately spiking to use thrusters, soaring up, not for the catwalk, but landing 9 inches away, right here. He did have to spike for that, so he has 2 arc remaining, and he will start unloading to try to clear this rock. Starting with a flamethrower up into the Demon Warjack. 2 arc and still tuned up, coming in. Okay, let's talk about this again, buddy. Really got to get your stuff together there. Flamethrower ignores cover. And blocked. Going up with a missile pod up into that same Demon Warjack. Okay, that's a bit better, maybe. Is it? Come on, think about it. There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And does get cover for this one. 1, 2, 3, and almost blocks it all. And gets through against armor 4. And he takes 1. Collateral blast on the Fulcrum. Oh, Fulcrum gets hurt as well. He's gonna do that exact same thing again. Rocket pod into the Warjack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 arc. Seriously, dude? Only 1. Blocks it. We go to blast damage. 4 against armor 4. And doesn't even hurt him. That was a missed flamethrower, a missed rocket pod, another good rocket pod. So we've got 1 more flamethrower. We'll see if we can torch him. Coming in hot, we hope. Okay, coming in mildly warm at least. There's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against. Okay, so 6 red dice. POW 3. He's on fire, but does he survive? Armor 4, 8 strikes to kill him. And he gone. Explodes into fire. Missiles, explosions, fireworks, all that stuff. Solo activation, he's simply gonna step back a little bit. They're just really hoping not to get too much pressure from these guys. The important thing is, if either of these guys were in better shape, the Imperials could probably spare 1 to come after this objective. Right now, I mean, the Sentinel's on 1 health left, the Demon's on 2, Sentinel's on fire. They're not feeling very secure in the center point. Top of which, the wild and crazy tactics are really the domain of the Marchers. Speaking of, Mortality Destabilizer, let's bring back one of the Hatchet crew. Right there. And this Void Gate will spit out a Ranger Fire team and the Hunter. And just to sort of body block any shenanigans, drop a 2 arc gate here. It's getting tense moving into Empyrean's turn 2, pulse round 3, arc overload terrain. It explodes again. Thankfully they have arc this time, so they will simply charge each of the monstrosities thusly. Empyrean's not charging anyone, they're actually going to take this arc to collapse the gate, give them 3 arc in the well, And the Aquas will throw Cryolock against, can't really see him through there, well, this is a cool angle, against the Dusk Wolf. Focus 4, 3 arc in the tank. Good shot, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 against defense 3. Wow, okay. Hits him by 1, but that's really all you need for Cryolock. He will receive an activation token. Oculus slithers forward 6 inches and will target the... We'll check some ranges. We'll target the engineer with his little shooty gun. At 3. 1 hit. Defense 2. And it does go through. What is this? POW 3. POW 3 coming in. Armor, let me check. Armor 4 on the engineer, nothing happens. The Sentinel from his position on high is going to start raining fire down into this objective, starting with the Weaver. Electronic Razor into the Weaver. He is down to Rat 3 because he's on fire, but he's up here because he's high intensity on the Razor. And 2 strikes, defense 4 on the Weaver. And he's fine. Shooting his meteor cannon into the engineer, actually, to try to knock him backwards. And only 2 there. He's out in the open, defense 2. And 1 gets through. So spike to knock him backwards 3 inches. Doesn't collide with anything, so no extra damage. 5, armor 4. And he takes 1. Final shot, the Aquos back there will play Instability Equation, targeting the Weaver. There's 4, 3 arc in the tank. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 10. 10 strikes against defense 4. Okay, so he blocked an incredible amount. I'm all tongue-tied here. Holy crap. That's 5. We need 6 to wipe him. It's getting hard to hold all these dice. Yeah, there we go. Last damage against the gate. No. That's Warcaster for you. He held the point for so long, and now he's just rendered into a little mist. That happens, buddy. And out of this gate will emerge the Demon Warjack. There's no point in putting down another gate now because this is Pulse Round 3. That is the Empyrean turn. They're trying to keep the marchers off that objective for 1, hold this one for 2, and then hopefully be able to rain some fire and general unpleasantness down on this spot. They did just shuffle and draw Ascension Catalyst, which gives them a lot of options, particularly for that Demon Warjack who still has a little bit of health left. So let's jump into Marcher Worlds, see how they do. Curve-load? No. So the Marchers are actually going to collapse this gate for reasons that will become apparent relatively soon. So the first thing that's going to happen is Aggression Theorem is going to go off with our good buddy Strike Raptor. And one of those missiles from his little backpack is going into one of these guys. I'll decide which one in a second. It's going into the Demon. He's got 1 more def, but the Sentinel has an arc, so he can negate the damage if he needs to. So we are still tuned up, so Rat 5. 2 arc charge, coming in. Okay, not bad. 5. 5 is pretty good. He does have cover. Can you beat 5? No, 2 of them get through on a POW 4 weapon. You are armor 5, I think. Let me check. Yes, armor 5 with a shield generator. Not bad. Takes another one, taking him down to 1 health. Last damage against the Sentinel if we get extraordinarily lucky. Armor 5. Nah, not really. Your friendly neighborhood hatchet guys are going next. They will move 2 inches up. Coming in here. They are somehow still alive, you scrappy devils. And they're going to lay into the Fulcrum. Mat 4, first attack, Fusion Axe. Ooh, good shot. 4 strikes. 4 strikes against. Oh, they all get through. That's going to suck here in a second for the squid guy. Yes, it does. Just jumps up on the rock, sprints over, cuts him in half. Let him drop. For solo activation, the hunter is going to scale up here. Park himself thereabouts. So making it harder, as hard as possible for this guy to scamper up, assuming they have some way to get rid of his activation token. Making it hard for him to scamper up and get involved. And then his shot is likewise going into the demon. We're at 6. And 4 strikes. Not terrible. 4 strikes against. In cover. Oh, he blocks it. Hunter shenanigans move to get here. So he can't get lined up for one of those little pool cue shots that the Heavy Saber's been doing today. Now for the surprise cipher, Cortical Rampager on the Dusk Wolf. Lets him move immediately 5 inches. Even though he has an activation token, he's going to shuffle right back here and have a seat right on that objective. No gates to pull anyone out of and no gates to summon. So we are in the final moments, the home stretch, moving into pulse round, turn 3. Pulse round 3. Arc overload. Oh sure, now it's exploding all the time. Start of the game, this couldn't do this with a pry bar. There we go. Charge each of you up 1. All right, a lot of the big decisions for this demon. Here we go. We're going to charge him up to full. Use Ascension Catalyst, which gives him enough range to land here, but there's nowhere for him to actually land. So he's going to have to try to clear a landing pad with the two range attacks he has. Intimidator is only 8-inch range, so it can only reach the hunter. Coming in with dice. Good dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 against the hunter. 4 get through. That's going to be it for him. Intimidator is a 4. Hunter out. Force Shield Generator is his next one. Coming in. Ooh, another good shot. See, this guy understands that this is an important moment. 6. 6 against. Oh, 5 get through. This guy. Check this guy out. And he's out. That will give him just enough space to land with Ascension Catalyst. Landing thusly with his arc. There's nobody left for the solo, so he's going to switch to Aggression Theorem and try to Protean Forge the last guy away. Armor piercing, because why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 is good. It can be beat, theoretically, but not by that. So we're going against Armor 2. And he has cleared the landing zone quite admirably, I might say. And that's pretty much it for the Empyreans. So as it stands, remember the score is tied right now. So as it stands, Empyreans control their home objective and the center objective, giving them 3 total. And let's jump over and see what the Marcher Worlds can do as their last-ditch effort. The Marchers are going to fall back on their age-old, most reliable weapon, the Soldier with a Gun. Charging the Ranger Fire team and giving them Reiteration Complex. It's about to get shooty. It will thusly scamper up the 2 inches, form a firing line, and do their best to drill this thing full of holes. You may remember this situation from a previous episode on the train. We're not throwing the null grenades right now because he has 3 arc. It would take half the shots just to try to strip the arc, and at this point with 1 health, it seems better to just try to go for the straight damage. But let me know in the comments if you would have done this differently. Here we go, shot number 1. We are off to a great start. Shot number 1 blocked, but not by much. Shot number 2. Oh, shot number 2 is good. 4 strikes. Defense roll. And blocks it. Shot number 3. 3 strikes. Shot number 3 defense. Blocks it. Shot number 4. 2 strikes. And blocked. Just need one of these to get through. Shot number 5. And blocked. Shot number 6. 4 strikes, that's promising. For shot number 6 defense. Blocks it. And with that astounding mathematical result, we'll have to give the victory to the Empyreans. So Taria will get to bring 2 deployment cost worth marchers with her on the final assault, so hop into the comments, let me know what you guys would like her to bring, what you would like them to send, and thanks for watching. We will keep the story rolling. Look for the Eternus Continuum to get into the fight next week. So thank you guys very much for watching. That was episode 7, so we are down to the last 3 episodes coming. Next week's episode will be very similar. We'll be having the Eternus Continuum as Taria, or someone in her company, reaches out to them to help out as well, all moving towards the big finale back underground. So the next sector we're fighting over are the orbital defenses, and what you can do to participate in that is between now and midnight on Saturday is go out, play some games with your friends, take a photo, put it into an email, let me know who won, who lost, send it to warbuddies@yahoo.com. It will get featured at the beginning, and you will get a point for your faction when we're deciding how many dice to roll and who wins what. The Reach is, there's some fierce competition going on for the Reach right now, and I'm really excited to have you guys part of it, and I'm super excited to keep this thing moving. So thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you next time on Jericho Reach.